Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Wow, it is some nippy out this morning. I'll tell you what, just look at the steam coming off that cup right there. Woo-wee, it is cold. Anyhow, hope you had a fantastic weekend. Weekends are always great. The only problem with weekends is they go by way too fast. And it doesn't matter whether you're working or retired. It just seems like bang, before you know it, it's Monday morning again. Now, I love Mondays because, hey, start of a brand new week, you can kind of set the tone for the rest of the week. And so it's actually not too bad. Well, guys, I was reading two articles today. And boy, I'll tell you what, the first one, unbelievable. So, apparently, in Davos, Saudi Arabia had come out and flat out said they're willing to sell their oil in alternative currencies to the US dollar. And this is big. Believe it. You are definitely going to see a major push away from the US dollar as the world reserve currency, and the lifestyle that most Americans have enjoyed due to the petrodollar that was set up by Kissinger and Nixon and all that back in the 70s. You are going to see such a major and rapid decline. It is going to blow people away, and that is going to have a domino effect, to be sure, on how this, people here are going to be reacting in a political way. It is going to be a massive deal. I mean, you just imagine, most Americans don't even really realize, those that haven't traveled the world, just how fortunate they have been to have been holding on to the world reserve currency status, and how much of an impact that has genuinely had on their, quality of life and just everything like that. In fact, even the poor in America can actually be ranked as among the wealthiest in the world when you take a look at it from a global standpoint. It is truly mesmerizing. And the benefits that most Americans have enjoyed, it has been truly something. And of course, the US right now is the world's greatest economy, largest economy. Greatest, maybe not the right word, but largest economy, to be sure. And I think that's going to be big time challenge. Now, of course, we're seeing all these BRICS countries. You've got Russia, China, and all that. And Saudi Arabia has been wined and dined by these guys and promised a lot of technology and, some AI stuff and on and on and on. And they have taken that bait, and they are looking at these other nations as being some major partners. And their confidence, get this, why do you think Saudi Arabia would have done that? Moved away from the US dollar, be willing to sell oil in alternative currencies? Because their confidence in the US dollar and the US economy is also big time shaken. And guys, we're seeing a major shift in political power around the world. Now think about this. With the advent of distributed ledger technology and these various forms of currency, right? Monetary instruments, store of value, unit of account, medium of exchange. Well, a lot of these distributed ledger technologies like XLM, Ripple, and various ones certainly fit that bill. These guys, all these BRICS nations that have been subject to this whole SWIFT system and being locked out and sanctions applied and political pressure applied through this monetary war, they're not going to be, that bullet has lost its punch. Why? Because now they're building their own networks and their own systems, and they can circumvent that whole deal, and they don't need to be playing the same game. And I'll tell you what, it's going to turn this whole game of musical chairs right on its head. Don't kid yourself. And it wouldn't surprise me, guys, if this led to some sort of actual global conflict. It is going to be that bad. Now, the second article that I was looking at had to do with this whole debt clock thing. And of course, the dollar to crypto to dollar ratio, or vice versa. I've seen a lot of little tweets out there, and I think people are kind of missing it. Back in 2013, when crypto was really just getting in, I mean, you only had maybe a couple dozen cryptos totally. And so, of course, the crypto to dollar ratio was like 9,589 or something like that. And now what do you got? You got 27,000 different, crypto projects out there with a multiplicity into the billions and hundreds of billions, and if not trillions of various cryptos. And so, of course, it's reduced it down to $22 and something $22.95, I think, to dollar ratio, or like $22.95 to one crypto, whereas in 2013 it was like $9,589 to one crypto. Well, the reason for that, of course, is that we have seen a massive amount of onboarding of various blockchains, of various distributed ledger technologies, and a major pump in the number of cryptos out there. And so I think that's why you're seeing a big difference. Not the fact that, hey, in 2013, Ripple came out with XRP. Now, does that mean that it's always going to stay that way? Guys, I don't think so. I think what we're going to see is a major change in the number of these projects that even survive. I think we're going to see a ton of them get wiped out. Maybe there'll only be a couple hundred left, and out of that, maybe only 20, 30, maybe 40 big ones that really get them lion's share of all the distributed ledger technology networks and business in the world. Kind of like with real estate, 3% of the realtors get 97% of the business, and the rest of them are all scratching just to make by. That's usually how it is in real estate. And so I think that's what we're going to see when it comes to these blockchain networks, these distributed ledger technology. You're going to see some major winners who are going to take the lion's share of all the available opportunity that's out there, and a lot of these are just going to fall by the wayside. And that's why it's so vitally important that, hey, soil matters, right? You want to make sure it has real world utility, great management team, strategic partnerships, and of course, some excellent price action. And that's my filter for deciding on which ones I'm going to get involved in and which ones I believe will have some staying power long term. So that's kind of how I look at it. Well, guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Yeah, it's a little cold out here in Texas right now, but hey, I'm a Canadian and our skin's just a little bit thicker than the average American in that capacity, living up in the real cold up there. But hey, there's some cold spots in the US too. Don't kid yourself. But needless to say, I hope you're having a great Monday. And until later on today when we release our next video, which is going to be a good one, by the way, I sure hope you have a fantastic day and take care.